This is the virtual ride. Steve, my partner, his horse.
Well, hey, what's going on, Alan?
We're at your little cabin.
Yeah, it's kind of looking a lot better than it used to.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go ahead and spin around his cabin. I think we're really bouncing here. There's my horse. She's gated, so at some points this will be a tour of the little cabin. Steve's lower cabin. Then we're going to go up on a very narrow trail. And this is going right. Mush Mush, we call her. There she is, her ears. She doesn't really know where we're going. And it's called Puzzle Canyon because of all the little interlocking canyons. And we're going up a little slot canyon here. We're going to turn left into a very narrow slot canyon. These canyons were formed by erosion. This is the trail that leads to the remote cabin, which was built by horseback. All the materials were hauled in at a very slow pace. It took 600 trips or 600 days to bring in the materials, the 2x4s, the cinder block foundation, the concrete bags, 250-pound bags were put on the horse. The horse this is Mush is the lead horse, and Lightning, the horse Steve was riding, was the other horse. Here's the part of the trail. The trail was all hand dug. Took approximately 4 years to dig this trail, and it is very narrow. She knows this trail quite well, and we're at the first location, which is called Skull Canyon. And you can see she's got to negotiate these rocks. Kind of rough. There's Skull Canyon. We'll stop for just a second. That's from a medical laboratory. I don't want to tell you where we got that. But anyway, this is Skull Canyon. There's Indian burial grounds up here. They used to bury their dead up here. And this is sacred grounds up in here. This is Skull Canyon. I'm going to try to give you a view up in there. And here's manzanita. There is a lot of manzanita up here. Tremendous amount of manzanita. Okay. Of course here, because it's quite steep off to your right. And we're about 25% of the way up the canyon. This trail is rough in spots. But this is how you can see we've gained quite a bit of altitude in this short period of time. You can see the cabin, Steve's cabin, way back there, and as we continue on the trail, I'm trying to keep the camera as steady as possible. Maybe we'll get a steady cam next time. Lots of manzanita back here. It's absolutely stunning. Give you a view out. And we follow the trail down. And Mush Mush, of course, 26 years old. A mountain horse. You wouldn't want to do this with any horse. This horse has lived 6 years beyond her useful lifespan, but as long as you keep riding a horse, they never get old, I guess you could say. Okay, and here's, and left turn and climb. Interesting pine tree. Again, I am doing a complete non-stop video. We'll take a quick view, and as you can see, the scenery is spectacular and steep. Okay, as we follow up through fields. So far, if you were hiking it, it would be about 45 minutes. This is Midpoint Hollow. Got some trees growing here, little trees. And Midpoint Hollow. Take a quick break. Mush is ready to go. Continue on now. The trail is beginning to get pretty hairy. That's steep down in there. The camera doesn't show it, but it is steep down in there. And that's a vertical drop-off right there. This is Singing Spring. We got through that fast. My horse kind of goes through here fast, so that was Singing Spring. That's where all the water comes from for the little cabin. Okay, now this is the most dangerous part of the trail. This you do not want to try with a horse. If you do, you will die. This is a very dangerous part ahead. It's called Jumping John. You don't want to go down there either. It's called Jumping John, where my buddy fell off, and I like to take this spot real slow. As you can see, give you an idea how steep it is. Literally a drop-off down into the canyon. I am so close to the edge, my foot is hanging over the edge. Jumping John, there's the sign. That's where my friend fell off, and here's the stair steps. 50-foot drop-off, and we're through Jumping John. Very hairy. That's where all the building material ended up. Coming up that trail, past that spot, 600 trips to build this cabin. This is fairly narrow in here. Again, I'll give you a view. We've gained approximately 400 feet elevation gain in 11 minutes and 48 seconds. Of course, I'm riding a horse, so it's beautiful manzanita back here. Just continuing on up. This trail is narrow, but fairly safe. You can see Cole the dog running. You've probably seen him a bunch of times. He knows where we're going. Okay, we're almost there. Be at the top. 13 minutes, not so bad. Probably take you an hour and a half, 2 hours if you take it nice and slow. And here we are. The remote cabin. Hike to cabin. Okay. Yeah. Oh, she's so happy. Yeah, you did good, Mush. You did good. Okay. We are here. This cabin is a work in progress, really. We're doing it in log